All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. I'm so excited that you're here. We have a good live group today. So there's lots of you who are joining live. We will start in a seated meditation, whatever that means for you, right? Any seat that makes you happy. For me, I'm going to take my meditation cushion and bring my knees forward, feet back. Helps to be propped up a little bit. Then I'll just sit nice and tall. You can do the same, finding a seat that feels comfortable for you. We'll be here for just a few minutes in our starting meditation, a little bit of breath work. All right. And before we drop in, you can keep your eyes open for a little bit. As you inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears. And then exhale, slide them down your back, squeeze your scapula together. Just think about elongating the spine. And then we'll start with some fun breath work today, our alternate nostril breathing. So to get into this position, you'll take your pointer finger and your middle finger and bring those to the center of your forehead, right between your eyebrows. This is where I like to frown a lot. So put one on the little frown wrinkles that you've got there. And then bring your thumb to your right side of your nose, your ring finger to your left side of your nose, and your pinky can kind of just hang out and chill. So we'll start without pressing on the nose at all. Take a deep breath in, draw your breath into your low belly, and then exhale out the nose. Plug your right nostril with your thumb and inhale through your left nostril. Plug your left nostril with your ring finger and exhale through your right nostril. Inhale on the right side. Plug the right side with your thumb, open the left side, and exhale on your left. Inhale left. Plug your nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug and exhale left. Inhale left. Plug, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug and exhale left. Inhale left. Plug, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug, exhale right. Inhale right. And then as you exhale, bring your hand down to your lap. Exhale out both nostrils. Close your eyes if they aren't already. Take a deep breath in both nostrils. Exhale again. Take a few more of these really deep breaths in and out the nose. See if you can find or notice the balance that we've created. Typically, we have a prominent nostril, right? Our primary nostril that we breathe out of. And now we have two. Inhaling, try to draw the breath all the way down into your low abdomen as deep as you can. And then exhale, empty the lungs, belly button up and in, shoulders stay relaxed. If you know Ujjayi breath, you can start to constrict the back of your throat here. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Gently blink your eyes open. Get reacquainted with the space around you. Take a breath in, and then no matter where you're seating, you're going to bring your legs out in front of you. So I'm going to come off my pillow, but you might like to stay on your pillow and keep your knees bent. We're coming to a fold, so just get comfortable. It's really early in class, right? Maybe with the knees bent, you're able to tilt the pelvis backwards a little bit. Inhale the hands high. And then exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana. Head is heavy. Let your eyes close. If you are in the part of the world that just woke up, you might feel a lot of tension in the upper spine and the neck. Try to allow your head to relax down. Maybe you can reach for the legs, the feet, pull yourself in gently. Inhale. Exhale, fold deeper. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Next breath in, push your heels down into the ground to engage into the legs. Lift your hands forward and up. Come all the way back up to a seat. And then exhale, hands by your sides. A few options. Option one, you might want to lean back a little bit to get a little more comfortable. Option two, you might try to make the angle closed, right? Lean forward to make it a little bit more difficult. First, bring your hands somewhere on the ground, take a breath in, and slide your feet apart. Just slide them, slide them, slide them a little bit wider than might be comfortable, but not so wide that we're ridiculous, right? We don't need to be too crazy. Take your hands, scoop the flesh out from under your sits bones if you haven't already, especially if you're on the ground rather than on a pillow. Inhale your hands high once more. And then exhale, fold. Same thing. In this version, instead of rounding, can you think about keeping your back straight and flat as you pull your chest forward? So you might find that you can only go to here, and that's fine. Just think about pushing the butt back, chest forward, biceps by the ears, squeeze the arms up. Breath in and out. Another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, we'll take round two. Bring your arms a little bit wider, start to fold over. Once more, stop when you start to round. And then bring your hands somewhere on the legs, maybe on the ground. Maybe you can reach your feet or your big toes and grab here. Then take one more breath in. Exhale, permission to round down. So you can start to round in the spine if you need to round, or reaching the chest down towards the floor as you bend into the elbows, squeeze your scapula together. Inhale. Push your heels into the ground as you exhale and fold. Again, inhale. Exhale, see if you can get a little deeper. Once more, breath in. Exhale down. And then to come out of the posture, inhale, maybe lift the hands first. And come all the way up to a seat, reach high. Exhale, hands plant by your sides. Everybody kick back like we're on the beach today. Like I said, it's sunny here in Mallorca. So pretend you're here with me. We're just chilling on the beach in the sun. Roll your shoulders back, push your chest up to the ceiling a little bit. Take a breath in. And then lift your right foot up and just hold it there. So it should probably be a little challenging to lift, but maybe you can get it pretty high. Hold and squeeze, and then very slowly, with control, we'll bring that right foot to the middle and release. Opposite side. Inhale left. Maybe you see how high you can get it. Lift, lift, lift. And then very slowly, it'll be easier on this side because we've got one foot in the middle, right? Bring yourself back to center. Release the foot down. Option to stay here. Or if you're like, Madison, that was so fun and easy, why don't we make it fun and like a little bit harder, right? Walk your hands forward. See if you can sit up more. So now taking a taller seat, you'll notice it'll get harder. I like to press my hands into the ground for support. So try to press your hands here with strength. And then inhale, lift your right foot up. Squeeze. Very slowly. Bring it over to the side with control. As you exhale, and release. Great. Inhale, left foot lifts very slowly. How slow can you go? Nice and easy. When we do this in public class, everyone's making so many faces, and your faces are a little too far away to see, but I bet there are faces. Release. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, hands come back down to the ground. Round 3 or whatever round we're in. Option to lean back if that was really hard. Option to come forward with me where I'm really going to try to close the angle. I like to close it so much my foot is barely going to lift. So take a breath in, prepare, and then try to lift the right foot up. See, mine barely lifts. Oh my gosh, but we're just moving really slow. It's sliding across the ground. I'm working so hard. Work with me. 3, firing up the hip flexor. 2, and then 1. Release. Great. That's how you know it's a hard angle when the foot barely moves. Other side. Here we go. Inhale, lift. And then little by little, very slow. Teamwork. We got it. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Both feet in the middle. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, take your hands behind your thighs. Roll yourself backwards a little bit. You're going to have to wiggle on your butt cheeks, right? And we'll come to a Navasana pose. So option 1, we can have, Navasana pose is redundant. Navasana, option 1, here. Maybe you got one toe, maybe you've got the other toe. You're just kind of playing with balance, right? See what feels good for you. If you're rounding through the spine, think about pushing the chest forward. Take the round out. Squeeze your scapula together. I would rather you keep the hands on the legs and hold this posture than release the hands and look like this. So try this with me. Pushing the chest forward. Option to release the hands and maintain that posture, the spine. Squeeze the scapula together, heart to the ceiling. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Grab behind your thighs. Now, round in the spine. Yep, how round can you get it? And we're going to roll backwards and then come back up. Touch your toes. We'll do that again. Round through the spine, roll backwards, come back up, touch your toes. This time, round through the spine, roll backwards, come back up. Can you not touch your toes? Try not to touch them. Hold and hover in your Davasana. Maybe reach your hands. Breathe. 3, 2, put a smile on your face. And 1, clasp your hands, bring your feet down to the ground. So option 1, just move to a tabletop pose. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Option 2, try to do it without the hands for some certain amount of time until you're like, no, Madison. So I like to do it by kicking one foot to the side, then the other foot to the side, rolling onto my knees, coming up and wiggling. There are a million ways to do this. You could try your own version, right? Find what works for you. And then once you're there, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. I think it's fun to play with how we get into postures, right? All right, close your eyes. Let's move through some cat and cow your way. Inhale, drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, look high. Exhale, round. Again, inhale, belly drop, squeeze the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, round. Take a few more of these. If you would like, you can add in any other movements. Maybe you bend side to side. Listen to your body today. As with every day, right? Always listen to your body. Maybe you want to move the wrists and bring the fingertips so they point back towards you briefly, and then walk them back out to the side. Couple more breaths. Hands under shoulders. Back to center on your next inhale. Exhale. Curl your toes under, walk your hands one handprint forward. Option 1, move right back to down dog. Option 2, hover the knees and hold briefly. Try to push your butt back towards your heels with the knees off the ground. You should start to feel energizing, I don't know what we call it, energizing strength in the quads. Yeah, I'm just going to keep talking until you're tired. 3, 2, and then 1, up and back. We all meet in downward facing dog. Close your eyes. Option to pedal out through the feet. If downward dog does not feel accessible for you, I can always remind you to come to tabletop and you'll just hold here instead of being in down dog. So we started class today with our alternate nostril breathing, and I'd like to focus the class around balance. Not just our physical balance, right? But also our work-life balance. Are we pouring from our cup? too much and not filling it enough. All questions we'll confront a little bit in class today. So come back to center, sink your heels down to the mat. Inhale, look forward. Bend in your knees. Walk yourself one toe print at a time. Maybe you see how long you can keep your legs straight for to the top of the mat until you make your way into Uttanasana. Fold forward, head is really heavy. And then let's go feet hip width distance apart. Ragdoll pose, grab for opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Come back to center, hands come down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together. And then inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the scapula. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, come to your chair pose just briefly, and then we'll stand 3, 2, 1. Hands by your side, Siddhasana. Breath in. And a breath out. Moving through our sun A. Inhale, sweep your hands high, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, big bend in your knees, and step back to either plank or tabletop. It's really early in class. Tabletop is a wonderful option. I'm going to start with tabletop. We'll lower down slow. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your hands, hug your elbows together, squeeze, and exhale, stay. This is where our back muscles are turning on, right? Inhale, lift, hold, and stay as you exhale. Again, inhale, lift. Can you get a little higher? Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, stay. One more breath because you're strong. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, forehead to the mat. Curl your toes under. Hug your elbows in. Push up strong to either plank or tabletop. Curl your toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in. And out. Inhale, look forward. Bend in your knees. Exhale, one toe print at a time. Take a stroll to the top of the mat and then fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take your butt back again. Chair pose. We're just passing through, saying hi. Stand up, 3, 2, 1. Hands by your side, Siddhasana. I'm going to do something a little unorthodox today. We're going to move into our first balancing posture now. And it's because obviously I want to make a point, right? I have an idea. So shift your weight over into your left leg right away. We're just going to start. We're not warmed up for this, but that's not a problem. Draw your right knee up into your chest. And just hold, hands on the hips. Check in with your balance. How easy is it for you to balance right now? There is no right or wrong answer, right? I feel my left ankle working a lot. The muscles aren't as warmed up as they might like, so it's a little harder for me, but just notice. Maybe your left leg is really strong. 3. Keep balancing and hold. 2. And then 1, release. Right foot to the ground, shift it over. Move into the opposite side. Left knee comes up. Any amount. Notice how you feel on this side. Find your drishti, your point of focus, something that you're looking at. Just check it. Hold and breathe. 3, 2, 1. And release, both feet together. Awesome. Inhale, sweep the hands high, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take a giant bend in your knees and step your right foot back, maybe very slow. How slow can you go to step that right foot back? Wiggle your left foot forward and then bring the back knee down to the mat, untuck the toe. So I'm going to have a few different options in this stretch. You might feel like you would rather have your left knee out to the side a little bit. You could wiggle it out to the side. Hands can come to the inside like a lizard lunge, or you can keep the knee in between the arms. This is a you thing, right? What feels better in your body? Maybe you try both and you're like, okay. For me, I always do this one, so I'm going to do this one. Change it up, right? Push your right hip flexor down to the ground. Feel it lengthen. Left hip pulls backwards, right hip pulls forwards as you sink down into this stretch. Maybe close your eyes. Tell your body, chill out. This is our moment of relax, right? Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Option to stay here, or, and be careful, you might want to watch your knee. If you have any pain in the knee and it's not padded up, you might need to do it for this. You can bend into the back knee. So this is option 2. Reminder, only an option. Option 3 would be to reach back and grab for that foot and just gently pull in. Or instead of ego stretching, I want you to feel a stretch on the quad. So if you can do this without grabbing for the foot, great. There should just be a stretch on the hip flexor, the quad. Try to pull your left shoulder forward. Keep gazing forward. Instead of opening the shoulder, right? Close the shoulder. Breath in and out. Inhale. If you're up, release as you exhale, and we all meet with our hands on the ground. Curl your back toe under. Inhale, lift up, low lunge. Push the right hip flexor down, left hip pulls back. Almost think about you're trying to like squeeze the mat up like this, right? You're pulling so hard on the mat. You're trying to put a big bend into it. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend into your back knee. Maybe in one big step. Step up, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Press yourself all the way up to standing. Look high. Exhale, hands by your sides. And then I want you to just move your left leg and your right leg. It doesn't have to be anything, just movements to feel the difference between one side versus the other. We're out of balance right now, right? Imagine if I told you, okay, time to go home. You might feel pretty off kilter. So to bring ourselves back into balance, we'll do the other side. Inhale, sweep your hands up, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big bend in the knees, plant the hands, lift your left foot, and maybe very slow. Step the left foot all the way back. Once you're there, lower the back knee down, untuck the toe. We start with a stretch. So remember, whatever you're doing with your right foot, whether it's outside your right arm or inside, just be consistent. Balance. Yeah, we're all about it today. Push the left hip flexor down to the ground. Tell it to surrender. Close your eyes. I really love to start slow, especially in these stretches, because I think it's so important to lengthen through our hip flexors. Today, we are going to do a lot of work on hip extension and hip flexion. So this is the prep we need to get there. Breath in and out, relax. Inhale. Exhale. Option to stay here, breathe, and keep softening down into the stretch, or bend into your knee. You could stay here. That feels all right. Reach the right hand back for the foot. Ooh, I couldn't even find it. It's somewhere back there, right? Then think about pulling your right shoulder forward, keeping this closed. So this isn't anything big. It's a gentle little pull just to encourage the stretch on the quad. If you're on your kneecap, this is going to be way too much. You should be above the knee. There's like a fleshy bit above the knee that we're sinking onto, right? Hold 3. Breath in, 2. Exhale, 1. Inhale, release very slowly. Exhale, we all meet, hands down on the mat. Now curl the back toe under, lift the back knee up. This is where we start to engage a little bit more. So pull the right hip back, left hip flexor forward, and push the hip flexor down to the ground. Encouraging, yes, a stretch, but also engagement. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend into your back knee. Try to hop yourself up. Come to standing, Uttanasana, top of the mat, feet together, toes touch, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So that's our hip extension. When we did those leg lifts on the ground, those are our hip flexion. Inhale, push your hands out to the side, sweep up, come to chair pose, sink your butt deep. Biceps are again up by the ears. So it's really easy to kind of be hanging out here. But this should just be as much work in the arms as it is in the legs, because you're thinking about how far can I extend those arms back as I hold. Breath in, out, inhale. Exhale, hug your legs into the midline, squeeze them in towards one another. Breath in. Exhale, come to standing, hands by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank or tabletop pose. We'll lower nice and easy and slow. 3, 2, 1 to the ground. Inhale, let's take a baby cobra, up dog, maybe sphinx pose. Option is yours. Think about engaging the back muscles, and then exhale, fold. Curl your toes under. Press yourself up, hug your elbows into tabletop pose. And then we all are here, walk your hands back. So option 1, if you can't curl your toes under and come to broken toe pose, that's fine. Don't do it. You'll sit here, hands on the knees. Think about pushing the hips forward. So 2 options. Option 1 is thinking pushing here. Option 2 is to sit deep and open up the feet, push your toes down into the ground. Both of these mechanisms will be important with what we're going to do. So pick yours that feels good. And then we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay chill. And then 1, everyone forward. Tabletop pose, untuck the toes, maybe tap the feet out on the mat. Walk your hands, one hand print forward, curl the toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet together today so your big toes touch with a sliver of space between your heels. It might feel a little bit out of balance, right? But that's kind of what we're playing with. So don't worry about it too much. This idea is really great for inhale your right leg high. Notice how you feel in this position. Do you feel balanced? Do you feel off balance? Maybe you're like, I don't know, Madison. I'm just trying to breathe and hang in here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot next to your left foot. Now step your feet hip width distance apart. Actually, not even hip width distance. Take these bad boys wide. Make them really wide on the mat. And then inhale your right leg high. Yeah, I'm not going to make you hold this for long because it's terrible, isn't it? Terrible. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right foot back down to the ground. Now step to either your standard down dog, or if you prefer, toes together. Inhale your right leg high. We're going to move right out of this. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Option to skip these as always. Inhale, right leg high. Keep your hip closed as you reach. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Maybe you're just hugging into the chest and squeezing here, right? Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Lean forward and step through low lunge. This time we'll inhale, come on up, crescent pose. So this pose is really interesting. I'm going to talk to distract you from your legs. That's like my favorite thing to do, right? So it's interesting because our front leg is in hip flexion. We're flexing this knee. It's basically coming up, right, into the chest. Our hip flexor is flexed. Our left leg is in hip extension. So we're trying to extend the leg, straighten through your back leg as you sink down. These are the 2 things we're working with today. This and this. And we've got it all in one posture. How beautiful is that? I know you completely agree. All right, reach, inhale. Keep your legs where they are. Exhale, sweep your arms back, airplane arms, chest hover straight through that back leg. Inhale up. Exhale, straighten, try to stay low. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep. All right, inhale, come up, hands high. And then exhale, widen, warrior 2. Say hallelujah. Try not to straighten your front leg. I want to. Believe me, that would feel so good, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep reaching. I'm sweating a lot. I have all the windows closed. It's 9 million degrees in here. Sink down a little lower. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Notice our front leg. Flexion. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, straighten your front leg. Oh, how good does that feel? So good. Wiggle your back foot in slightly. Bump your hip to the back of the room. Inhale, tick-tock forward and come to triangle pose, Trikonasana. So option one, you might be here, reaching up. Maybe you can slide the hand further and further down until the hand is in line with the shoulder and you open. If you've got a lot of range because we're a little warmed up in the hip flexors, you're welcome to grab for the big toe and try to turn and look up. Whatever you're doing, think about rolling your right shoulder back, your scapula together. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breath in. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Wiggle your back foot backwards slightly, and then inhale up, warrior two. Yes, you are a warrior. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Frame your foot. Lift your back heel off the mat. Option one, just make it straight to down dog. Option two, push, try to round in the spine. Lift the foot first. It's very hard to do, especially if you don't have long arms. And then step back, down dog. Walk your feet together, breath in. And sink your heels down, breath out. Inhale your left leg high. So remember, your feet were together to start because we did this on one side. We have to demonstrate it on the other side, even though I feel like you know what's going to happen now. Take another breath in, reach. Exhale, left foot comes down. Now, step those bad boys wide, really wide, awkwardly wide. I'm so wide, I don't even know if I can do it. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Probably won't even lift super hard, off balance. Breath in. Exhale, back to center. Walk your feet to wherever you want them. What feels good, team? Feet separate, feet together, and then inhale the left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Option to skip these and just work on bringing the knee into the chest. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Lean, 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 step through, low lunge. Wiggle your back foot backwards slightly, and then inhale up, crescent pose. This is where I talk a lot. So we'll take some time to set it up, right? Straight through the back leg, bend into the front knee. We have flexion, extension, sink, inhale, hands up. Breath in, and out. So I like to think about when we pour from an empty cup, right? When we give more than we receive, it's like we've only done one side of the yoga flow. So right now, we are balancing out just like we need to do in life, right? You guys are all here to receive, which is fantastic. You're making time for you. Stay here. We're not going anywhere yet. So thank yourself for showing up today. Shaking, moving, breathing. Inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back. Airplane arms stay low in the legs. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale up. That front leg, I tell you. Exhale, sweep. Inhale up. Exhale, widen, warrior two. Try not to straighten the front leg. I'm doing it just so you can see me. It'd be rude to put my back to you, right? Reach the arms long. Okay, breath in. Gaze off your front hand. Breath out. See how deep you can sink in that front leg. Inhale. Exhale, strong. Another breath in. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Say hallelujah. Wiggle the back foot in. Bump the butt to the back of that direction, whatever direction that is. Tick-tock forward. Come to Trikonasana. So remember, ideally we've got the wrists in line with the shoulder. You might be here though. Just think about extending. How long can you slide the hand down the leg? Eventually you might come to the big toe. Roll the shoulder back though. So notice if you're collapsing, this is really common. Think about opening through the chest and heart. Look up. Breath in and out. Another breath in. Roll your right shoulder back. Squeeze your scapula together and out. Inhale. Exhale, bend in your front knee. Wiggle your foot back slightly. And then inhale, lift up, warrior two. We wiggle the back foot back, so we're deep in the warrior two. That's the trick there. Exhale, stay here. Inhale once more. And then exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot, push into the palms, try and lift the foot up first, and then step back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, come forward. If you're sweaty, you're nailing it. Knees up or knees down to plank or tabletop. Let's lower. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back bend of your choice. What feels good today? Nurture your body. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes under. Hug your elbows in. Push yourself up, either plank or tabletop. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, look forward right away. And then exhale, walk yourself, or if you're really craving a hop, you can hop to the top of the mat and fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, chair pose, sit on up, hang out, sink low, then hug the legs into the midline. Breath in. Exhale, a little lower. There we go, I saw it, great job. Inhale. Exhale, come to standing, hands by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Okay, so now we're going to move on to round 2 of balance. We're a bit more warmed up. Your ankles, your legs should feel a little differently. They should feel a bit more prepared. If you need, you can grab some water, towel off. Shift your weight over into your right leg, and we'll bring the left knee to a 90-degree bend. Option 1 is to stay here and hang out. You will just work in this position and probably thank your lucky stars you're not going to move on to what we're about to try and do. Next version, try to straighten the leg. Inhale your left hand high. Exhale, try and touch your toe. If you can't touch the toe, touch the leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, try to touch. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, touch. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Close your eyes. Shake it out. Notice one side versus the other. Breath in. And out. Blink your eyes back open. Round 2. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, hands to the hips. Shift your weight into your left leg. Right knee comes up. So this is a lot already. We're working on all those tiny muscles in the ankle, right? And then once we start to straighten the leg, which we can try, everything goes to hell. Inhale your right hand high. Exhale, try to touch your toe to your finger to your toe, your leg, anywhere. Inhale up. I'm going to try to go fast so we don't have to do this that long. Exhale, touch. Inhale up. Exhale, touch. Inhale up. Exhale, feet together, hands by your sides, Tadasana, close your eyes. Made it. Breath in. And out. We are going to do a nice little flow between whatever round it was of balancing. So think about being comfortable in this. Don't force it, not super precise. Just try to enjoy the movements. They're not going to be complicated. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Hope you didn't laugh when I said that. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Remember, relax. Let this almost be recovery. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, arms wide. Push yourself up. Look high. We're finding the rhythm. Exhale, hands through heart center. Uttanasana, sweep down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, arms wide. Push up. You know the drill. Look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Uttanasana. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, arms wide. Push yourself up, look high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Okay, one more round. Then we're going to move down to the mat. Finish off with some really nice, luxury stretches. This time, we're going to build slightly. So remember, this is all about stopping where you want to stop. Options. The highest option I give is often for people who've been practicing a decade. So no judgment, right? Just start where you are, be where you are, and enjoy it. Weight into your right leg. Inhale your left knee up. This is fantastic. We're working on balance. Exhale. Inhale your left hand high. Exhale, try to bring your hand to the inside of your leg. Maybe you can grab for your big toe and try to pull the knee up and in. If you can't, you're gonna work like this, which is really challenging. If you've got the big toe, it actually makes it a little bit easier. You have more support, right? So option to stay here and hold and breathe. Hand can be on the hip for leverage. Breath in. Option to extend the foot forward, straighten through the leg, or just bend, right? Practice bending. When you fall out, come on back in because we're going to be here for a little bit. So don't get discouraged. Fall. This is what it's about, right? Falling. Inhale. Straighten. If this is really chill and easy for you, don't worry. I got you. You can start to bring your forehead towards your shin and try and hold with your forehead into your shin for 3 breaths. I told you there's options for everybody. 3. Wherever you are, keep breathing. 2. And then 1, try to release, but don't come out of the posture because we're just being crazy. Draw the knee back in. Release the hand if you have it. We all meet in this posture. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Draw the knee into center. Exhale, release, feet together. Shake it out. I'm going to take softball pose. That's what this is in softball. When we do softball, recovery pose, right? So I'm going to stand here, hang out for a little bit. Maybe sway side to side. All right, come to standing, roll yourself up, back to center. We have the other side. So now you're familiar kind of with where we're going, right? Remembering to come in, come out, play, just enjoy it. One of the things I will say is to find balance gets harder near the end of class, right? The one we did before this was probably prime. You might be a little fatigued now. So keep that in mind. Inhale, draw your right knee up. Option 1, left hand to the hip, and we stay here. Option 2, right hand comes high, and then just try to bring that hand to the inside of the knee. You might hold here and work on balance. You might be able to lean down, grab for the big toe, then try to pull up and in. Either way, find your focus. If you fall out, come on back. Option to start to try to straighten the leg, any amount. You might barely straighten it. Think about plugging your right shoulder back, right? Plugging the right hip back as you extend the foot forward. I don't even want to do this right now, this next one. I'm going to demo it anyway, because like I said, we're in this together. So final option is to bring your forehead towards your shin, hold, and breathe. I'm like dripping sweat on my mat now. Breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breath in. And then because we love each other, we're going to try to come out of the posture together. Draw the knee back in. Release the hand. Hand comes high. Inhale. Exhale, feet together. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Take whatever movement feels good for you. It could literally be the recovery pose again because I'm wheezing over here from talking too much because I never shut up, right? Or you might just move side to side on the mat. We're working our way down now. Hands come by your sides. Close your eyes. Take your feet hip-width distance apart. And before we move down to the mat, I would just like you to consider, how is your balance in your life right now? How full or empty, depends on your mindset, I guess, is your cup, right? Could you be giving a little more? Or could you be taking a little more, receiving? Blink your eyes back open. Step your feet together. Making our way down. Inhale, sweep the hands up, look up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Last time, exhale, plant your hands, step one foot back, the other foot back, and we'll lower slow. 3, 2, 1, down to the mat, untuck your toes. Take a back bend of your choice. I'm gonna go for like a weird Sphinx variation, rounding through the spine, maybe a little bit of seal. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll over onto your right shoulder and flip yourself onto your back. Oh, yeah, we're laying down. Reach your toes long, your hands above your head. Take a nice big stretch. Stretch to the left and right. And then let's come to a bridge pose. Hands by your sides. Walk your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Weirdly enough, think about our hips. We were doing hip flexion. This could be hip extension, right? We're trying to push the hip flexors up towards the ceiling. Press the palms down into the ground. Option to clasp the fists behind the back. Breath in. And out. Maybe try pulling your feet towards you. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breath in. And then exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time to the mat. Take your feet wide, your knees together, recovery pose. Make your palms face up and just relax for a little bit. Stay with your breath. Even as we slow down, if the mind starts to wander, come back to the breath, right? Because really, this is ultimately preparing us for our meditation at the end, our Shavasana. Take your feet hip width distance apart. One more time. One more bridge pose if you like. This could be a supported bridge. I don't know where my pillow went, but you could put something under your low back, even a pillow, and just allow yourself to rest in this posture. Or you can lift up, come to another round, maybe clasp the hands under the back. One of the best things you can do in any pose is ask yourself what you are feeling. What muscles do you feel supporting you? What are you turning on to hold the posture? If you are not in a supported bridge, you can come down to the ground. If you're in a supported bridge, stay for a little bit longer. Those of you on the ground, feet wide, knees together, one more time, recovery pose. Breath in. And out. Separate your knees if you're on the ground. If you're up in supported bridge, you could continue to stay there, or if you're ready to move into a twist with us, come on down. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Take your left leg long, twist over to the left side, bump your left hip under, right hand out to the side. Nice big twist. Remember, the goal is not to get the knee down onto the ground, but to try and glue that right shoulder onto the ground, maybe even gaze to the right if it feels okay on the next, to encourage a big spinal twist all the way from your cervical spine down to your lumbar. Slow the heart, slow the mind. Breathe deep. Next inhale, unravel yourself all the way back to center, and then even the hips out. So maybe that comes with both legs long or feet in recovery pose once more. I like to just move left and right and be aware. We've only done one side, right? Can you feel the difference when we are out of whack a little bit, when we're not balanced? Sometimes these shifts are so subtle, but they're there. Inhale. Exhale, right leg long, left knee comes in. Twist over to the opposite side. Bump the right hip under by lifting it up slightly and then placing it on the ground. And then take the left shoulder to the ground. Arm can come out nice and wide to the side. Gaze over to the left if it feels okay on your neck. Try to let gravity do the work in this posture. Grounding you, pulling you down. Where can you release? If your mind wanders, bring it back to how does your body feel? What are you experiencing in this moment? Next inhale, bring yourself back to center. I almost didn't want to get out of that ever. And then even the hips out one more time. So either feet to the ground or legs extend briefly, just to feel the difference now that both sides match. And then you can come to a happy baby pose, feet high, hands grab for the outside edges of the feet. Pull your knees down and in towards your triceps. Option to move or stay still. Mm. And then when you are finished with Happy Baby, we have just a couple minutes for free movement. So what this means, about 2 minutes, let's say, what this means is it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a yoga pose. If there's anything your body is craving, and if that's Shavasana, that's an option. You can move straight there. Otherwise, maybe you just take a little time for self-inquiry. Think about balance in both your body and in your life. About another minute. So if you are doing two-sided work, move on to the next side. About 30 more seconds and then move into Shavasana if you're not already lounging. Reminder that you can always get props from your house to make yourself more comfortable. If you have any pain under the low back, put a pillow or two pillows under the legs or keep them bent. That'll reduce that. And then I don't know how hot it is where you are, but if you're feeling warm, take your palms face up. Take your legs a little wider than normal, right? Take up space. And once you're in Shavasana, move your head left and right. Encourage your body to relax, maybe moving the hips a little bit. We did a lot of balancing in class. The first round that we did, we were not entirely warmed up. Try to reflect on how that first round felt. Maybe it was good. Maybe you know you don't need to be warmed up or prepared to find balance, but for a lot of us, it's hard if we haven't prepared, right? The next round we were warmed up. Ask yourself how round 2 went. Did you feel stronger, more capable? And then round 3, we were maybe a little fatigued. How hard was it for you to find balance when you were tired? All of this reflects back to life as we build our work-life balance, our self-care, as we learn to fill and empty our cup. Before you drift off into Shavasana, reflect one more time on what you would like to bring into your life. What do you need a little more of? A little more giving, a little more receiving. And then take a deep breath in. Open mouth exhale, sigh it out. We'll do that again because I'm warm. Inhale. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Last time. Deep breath. Open mouth exhale. Release into Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And out. If you would like a longer Shavasana, please just stay here. Enjoy, relax. But if you're ready to move out of your practice, you can start to reawaken your body with small, subtle movements. Move through your fingers, your toes. And then allow them to get larger. Rock your head side to side. Open your mouth. Wiggle your jaw. Wrinkle your nose. And eventually, you can roll over onto your favorite side, using your arm as a pillow in fetal pose. And then transition up to a comfortable seat, facing any direction. Take either one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or maybe two hands together at heart center, whatever feels more authentic to you. Just feel the warmth of your hands. Inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, slide them down your back. Gently bow your chin forward. Find gratitude for yourself for this practice. And also reflect on this intention about balance. What are you bringing into your life? How are you going to find a little bit more balance? Deep breath in and out. Inhale, lift your head up. Gently blink your eyes open, get reacquainted with the space around you. Thank you all. Fantastic work. It was so great to move with you today. Happy Sunday. If you have any questions, by all means, please reach out, stick around to chat with me, and I will see you next week for the Sunday Sweat Club. Talk soon.